If you're a curly girl like me, you've probably been around the block a few times with hair products. Some of you have asked me to do this video a long time ago. I don't know why it's taken me this long because flaxseed gel has been hair changing for me ever since starting my version of the curly girl method probably about almost a year ago now and going gray officially 5 months in. My hair itself has changed and finding products that work for my hair have been challenging. So if you're going through the same struggle with your curly hair, this might be something for you. I will be showing you how you can make your own flaxseed hair gel and transforming your hair from this to this. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own flaxseed hair gel. It's easy, you can make it in less than 30 minutes, and it'll last you forever. But be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video because I will be dishing a few added secrets you won't want to miss. Let's get started. Okay, so to make the gel, you need a few things prior. You need a deep set pot. You're going to need 2 cups of water. You're going to need half a cup of whole flax seeds. It doesn't really matter what kind, they just have to be whole flax seeds. They look like this. And you're going to need a cheesecloth, or this is just a t-shirt that I had. It's almost like pantyhose. You could use pantyhose too, but this is almost like pantyhose because you are going to be squeezing the flax seeds out of this to extract the gel, basically. So that is important to have. You will also need a container. I use this to hold the majority of my gel in. This holds the 2 cups, basically. This in itself holds the 2 cups of gel that I make. But I also I used an old styling bottle. It's got the squeeze top, so it's just easy to dispense the gel out when I need it. But if you don't have that, you can easily use your hands to dig out from inside this because the gel should be kind of like a goopy glob at the end. So the standardized measurement for this that I've experimented with that works best is 2 cups of water with half a cup of the flax seeds. So the reason for that is I'm going to call it strength, the gel strength. Other videos, some people would use 2 cups of water for a 1/4 cup of flax seeds. And I started with that and noticed that the gel just wasn't producing a strong enough hold for me. So I upped the amount of flax seeds, and this seemed to work best for me, the 2 cups of water and the half a cup of flax seeds. So now what you're going to do is get your 2 cups of water to a boil, a slow rolling boil, before you put your flax seeds in. So that's very important. And ahead of time, how long you boil your flax seeds is going to indicate whether your gel is more of a watery consistency or a thick, pasty gel consistency. So if you overboil, it's going to be thicker. If you underboil it, it's going to be rather watery. So I found that once you add in the flax seeds to the boiling water, you should give it about 10 minutes of a boil, and it should create the perfect consistency. And you'll see why in the video as we move on. Okay, so the water is coming to a rolling boil. I'm going to add in my flax seeds. So you're going to want to watch this. You're not going to want to walk away because you'll see what happens. So when this is done, you're actually going to be letting the gel cool, which also helps thicken it as well. Yeah, you can already see it's kind of turning kind of mucusy. It's more of a watery mucus. These are going to be some strange words I'm using in this video, but I'm telling you. It's part of the process. Alright, so you can see that it's clearly bubbling. It's bubbling a lot. This is what you're looking for. This is what's going to create this nice, slimy consistency. Almost like people are saying, the egg white consistency. And that's good. That's what you want to have happen. Okay, so when 10 minutes are up, you're going to turn the heat off. And you're just going to let it sit. You can take it off the burner if you want to. So the bubbles are going to go down, and you're going to see, it's not going to look much different until you actually play with it. I'm so excited to show you what's going to happen. To get as much of this as possible, I find it that if you just leave it alone and let it cool for a good 20 minutes, because this will be hot, you're going to be handling this with your hands. Either lay it off the burner or put it on a little pad and put it in your fridge if you want to cool it faster. You're going to want the gel to be cool because you're going to be using it with your hands. So I kind of wanted to show this to you guys just a little bit on the actual spatula. This is what should happen. Really gross. Really gross. That is the consistency you want. I'm not even going to say what that is. It looks like snot. But I'm telling you guys, like, it's magic. It's magic for your hair. So yeah, I wanted to give you kind of an idea, because I'm not going to put my hand in that hot pot yet. But yeah, that is what you want. Okay, so the flaxseed has been cooling in the fridge for about 20 minutes. It's good to go. You can touch it with your hands. The best way to get the most gel is to use your cheesecloth, I guess they would call it, or your pantyhose. Works just as well. This is basically a piece of a t-shirt that I had that's really super thin, so the gel is going to be able to be squeezed through it. And so you want to take your container. I usually will stuff I'm just going to call it a cheesecloth. I don't really know what else to call it. So I usually stuff my cheesecloth in the container that I'm using. Okay, if you don't have that, you can lay it out flat and basically just pour everything, all the content, seeds and all, because even the seeds still have some gel. Even though there's that goopy layer on top, there's way more in the seeds. So you want to just pour that in slowly. Comes out really fast, so you gotta be careful. If there's too much in that sitting, let's see, it might be too much for me to do it to this. Alright, so I'm just gonna snip this off and show you. Alright, so you're gonna take your cheesecloth, your pantyhose, and so it's got everything in there. And what you're basically going to do, so hopefully you can see this, is once you start squeezing, the gel is just going to come out. See? This is what should happen. You should be able to do this. This looks so gross. And you're going to have to touch it with your hands. And I basically just pull it down and drag the gel into the container. You're going to get it all over your hands. Just try to keep it in the container. It's going to stick. This is the messy part. And I will do this about, I don't know, 10 times. Because you can get a lot. You can get a lot out of this, I'm telling you. It's going to get all over your hands. So, yeah, squeeze out as much as possible. Again, you can do this about 10 times. And if you have more contents in your pot, you can pour that in the cheesecloth as well. So I have some more in my pot that I can use. And I will show you roughly what 2 cups of water and half a cup of flax seeds will get you. Okay, so I have my jar filled. I kind of used the spatula to get off what little bit I had on my hands. Again, this is the messy part of the process, but totally worth it. And once you get the hang of it, it's not that difficult. It looks gross, but I'm telling you, it is such a hair-changing product. I don't know how I ever went through living with curly hair without this. Another thing is it needs to be refrigerated. I have tried this out where I didn't refrigerate it, and that was a big mistake. So it needs to be refrigerated. The smell, there is a very kind of roasty, nut-like smell to it, so it's not the greatest smell in the world. But my husband doesn't notice it. He has said that the smell has not been a huge difference in my hair. But if it bothers you, you can always add a couple drops of essential oils or something to alleviate the kind of nutty smell to it. This is the color that it comes out, at least the flax seeds that I buy. I know there's tons of different types of flax seeds. I would just buy the plainest that you can find, but otherwise this is generally the color that it comes out. I know it's gross. But so now that it's over, I will show you the end result. Alright guys, there you have it. So if you're looking for soft, shiny, defined curls, there is nothing easier than making your own flaxseed hair gel. It takes less than 30 minutes and it'll last you days with a refresh. Easily. I did promise you a few tips. If you are watching till the end of this video, here are a few things to keep in mind if you plan on making your own flaxseed hair gel. Number one, you must apply the gel to wet, saturated hair. And the product, when it dries, it will create a cast. So you can easily scrunch that out, like so, and getting at your roots, really fluffing at your roots. That will eliminate the cast. Number two, the flax seeds that you use to boil to make the gel, save them, because you can boil them twice over and make the product again. Number three, this is a two-parter. So your flax seeds themselves, they need to be frozen. They need to be kept in the freezer. They only have a shelf life outside the freezer for a few months. I know this from experience because I made product from flax seeds that were in my pantry for like 6 months, and my hair smelt like a dumpster. I'm not even joking you. Freeze your flax seeds and they will last much, much longer. Okay, and the actual gel itself, once it's made, needs to be kept in the fridge. I probably already mentioned that in the video, but I'm going to stress it again. It needs to be refrigerated. The shelf life of your actual gel itself only lasts a few days before it starts to smell. So keep it in the fridge at all times and you can have it for weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with the latest videos. I am Carissa, the blogger behind The Missing Link, and I will see you next time. Bye!